And as we continue our team coverage of President Biden's withdrawal from the 2024 presidential election, News 19 reached out to two political analysts for their response to the historic news. News 19's Josiah Elmore spoke with political analyst David Person and Jay Town on their reactions. Josiah joins us live now to tell us what they had to say. And Josiah, what are their thoughts?
Good evening, Giselle. That's right. I've been in contact with two of News 19's political analysts multiple times over the last 24 hours, including just minutes after President Biden made this historic announcement. Both Jay Town and David Person tell me that the pressure over the last month was just too much on President Biden to continue on in this race. Just over 100 days until the 2024 presidential election, President Joe Biden announced he will be stepping away as the Democratic nominee and focusing on the end of his presidency. The decision comes after a month filled with pressure following a poor debate performance and former President Donald Trump's lead growing in polls. News 19 political analyst Jay Town says the high-ranking Democrats' push to get Biden to step aside finally worked.
The pressure placed upon the Biden campaign and President Biden by Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, major donors to the Democratic Party, inevitably worked.
News 19 political analyst David Person said the decision was inevitable and that the timing of it was important to ensure a smooth transition.
It had to be before the convention. In terms of whether or not it would have been, say, a week from now instead of today, you know, I don't know. That would have been driven by, I think, the president's own sort of reckoning with this situation. But the reality is he had to make the step in order for the transition to be as efficient and as effective as possible. So I think the pressure mounted to such a degree that he realized there was no point in waiting.
Moving forward, Town says he doesn't believe the Democratic Party nomination will change the results of the election in November.
You know, I think that they're stuck with Kamala Harris, and I don't know that the result is going to be any different, but that's certainly the pick that makes the most financial sense if you're a Democrat.
Person says the vice president has work to do, but that it's doable work and she should be the nominee.
I don't see it being something that she can't achieve. It's just that she's going to have to work. And she's going to have to make a smart pick.
Now that we know Biden's presidency will end in January, both Town and Person say his presidency will be remembered, but for different reasons.
President Biden came in and he set a different tone. He set a tone that was more consistent with what we're used to as a nation in terms of seeing our leaders behave and lead in a certain way.
Biden will be remembered for his policies. And I think if you're a Democrat, you will herald him. If you're a Republican, you will not. And I think that we will always remember a president that quit on his party a month before his convention.
Now, CBS did release a poll yesterday pitting Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. That poll showed that Trump has a 3-point lead. Live in Huntsville, Josiah Elmore, News 19.